Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Akil, and first of all, I want to apologize for being a little bit inconsistent with the reviews. That's on me. It's nothing to do with what's coming out. But anyway, guys, I managed to watch TMNT Mutant Mayhem, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and I have to say, before going into this, I've only seen one TMNT movie like completely, and that's the 2014 film. That's like my all-time favorite guilty pleasure movie. Like, do I acknowledge that some really dumb silly parts? Yeah, for sure. But honestly, I enjoyed that movie. Like, if it was on right now, I wouldn't mind watching it. But guys, I watched this movie and holy, like, wow, I'm blown away. They did such a great job making this movie like for new fans and also for like old fans. I can tell. Like, if you're a turtle fan, I'm sure you're eating this up right now because from what I gathered, this movie in terms of like reviews, especially like from critics and audiences, people love it. Box office wise, for sure, yeah, but it hasn't done the best. But at least it's past 100 million. So there we go. But anyway, guys, I'm just gonna jump right into this review. So to start with, for my pre-rating score, I'm gonna say that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I know it's a mouthful, but that's what it's called. This is a great movie, guys. Yes. TMNT Mutant Mayhem is a great movie. I really enjoyed this film, and yeah, that's all I can say about the pre-rating score. I just thought it was great. Now, in terms of story, without really spoiling too much, Superfly is the villain, and the Turtles have to stop him along with April O'Neil, and we have Splinter, and we have some other guys in the movie as well. Now, I won't spoil who voices who, but as far as I can tell, well, I'll talk about it in the positives. They did a good job, standing out. But honestly, the story was great. I thought they did a great job. I mean, it's definitely a story we've seen before, but the way they handled it was very interesting. So there's that. Now, in terms of the positives, let's talk about that first. Obviously, if you don't know, I talk about positives first, then negatives. I mean, it's kind of obvious if you see my old reviews, but if you haven't, positives first. The animation is phenomenal. The animation is so good. I love the animation. I thought it was amazing. Is it Spider-Verse level good? I don't think so, but I might prefer it slightly over Nomona's animation too. So there's that. Another thing is the voice acting. I thought the voice acting was really great. Whoever they got for the turtles, those guys, they did a great job. April's voice actress was great. Splinter, whoever voiced him, I won't say who it is in case you don't know, was great. Superfly, that voice acting was great as well. All the voice acting was great. And finally, the character development. This movie actually did a great job of really balancing it out. Each of the characters, even some of the villains too, you could definitely feel they kind of grew. I mean, it does feel rushed. I mean, it's more for the turtles than the villains, but you can understand where they're coming from. So, while I can say I enjoyed some of the characters, not all of them stood out to me, in my opinion. I thought the character development was actually pretty damn strong for the most part, especially when we go into the backstories and all that. Like, you understand where they're coming from. The villains are not just stereotypical villains, they have a reason for doing it, so there's that. Now, negatives, some of the humor didn't really work for me. I get it, it's a very 2023 film in terms of like the jokes and references and stuff. Some parts I actually was not expecting at all. Like, there's this one scene that one of the turtles are talking about. I can't remember who it is. I think it was Michelangelo, and he talks about an actor in a certain movie and a character, and I was like not expecting that at all. That movie came out like 4 years ago, and I was like, wow, they really went there. I guess they did. But guys, overall, TMNT Mutant Mayhem is a blast. This is my second favorite animated movie of the year. I loved it. I thought it was great. There's not many real issues with it. It's on my list now of my top 10 favorite animated movies of all time. I just prefer Into the Spider-Verse a smidge more than this because I guess of what it is. That's more of a movie I personally enjoy because of the superior action. This one, man, the action was great, but I don't think it reached the heights of those films. But overall, guys, I cannot wait for the sequel without giving away too much. There is a post-credit scene that I cannot wait for. I'm all on board for that sequel. But guys, this movie was awesome. As a final score, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. There's nothing really else I can say about this movie, guys. They hit it out of the park. They absolutely nailed it. As a somewhat of a TMNT fan, I feel like this and Transformers are two franchises like I'm on par with. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of both overall, but whenever there's stuff coming out like movies I guess in this case, even if it's animated, I'll still watch it, right? But not all of the stuff. Like, I don't care about the Rise of TMNT Netflix movie and stuff like that. But like Transformers, I still haven't seen Rise of Beast, but I do want to watch that. But like, what I'm really trying to say is that like when it comes to like TMNT and Transformers stuff like that, I'm not the biggest fan, but I do tend to watch them because they do intrigue me and I'm interested to see the new takes on them. And they knocked this out of the park. Seth Rogen and your team, bravo! So you guys deserve so much praise I should say. And I really hope this movie gets nominated for Best Animated Feature because if it doesn't, that's a crime. This should be up there with Spider Verse along with Nimona. Super Mario, we'll see. It probably won't. I for sure think Elemental will because the Oscars love Disney and Pixar for some weird reason. But guys, I loved it. I thought this was great. It's on my list of my top 10 favorite movies of the year. I still prefer Spider-Verse obviously over this, but guys, do check this one out. Let me know what you guys think about this movie. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.